Here's your Monday evening weather forecast. A bit gloomy out there this early evening over top of downtown Jackson with a thick blanket of clouds overhead, but the clouds really helping to keep things cool. 76 right now just before 5:30 at the airport. Dew point is 69, so it's still pretty humid out there, but not as humid as it could be for this time of year. And we have a cold front that's basically bisecting our area, and out ahead of the front we still have temperatures in the low 80s in Macomb and Hattiesburg and in Meridian, but back behind the front we have temperatures in the 70s, 78 in Vicksburg and 76 in Jackson. Farther to the north, temperatures are even cooler. 73 in Greenville, 71, the coolest spot on the map in Greenwood. This cold front extends all the way up into the northeastern seaboard towards the Great Lakes, and we have a lot of humid air out ahead of the front and not much in the way of cool air to help really cool things down like we would typically see in the fall. It's just going to be cloud as a result. It's just going to be cooler thanks to all the clouds and the passing showers that we'll see for the next couple of days. Today is the peak of hurricane season. September 10th historically is when we see the most named storms throughout the year by day, and it's really no surprise that we have 3 active hurricanes in the Atlantic Basin on the peak of hurricane season. And here they are going from east to west. We have Hurricane Helene, Hurricane Isaac, and Hurricane Florence. But before we talk about them, let's talk about this disturbance, which now has a 50% chance of developing into our next named storm of the season over the next 5 days. And if it does develop, it would track to the northwest up into the western Gulf of Mexico. So this is a new disturbance that we'll have to watch that could bring impacts closer to home where we are in Mississippi. Then we have Hurricane Helene, which is the most recent storm to come off the African coast. It has intensified into a Category 2 hurricane with winds of 105 miles per hour. It will likely curve off into the north central Atlantic and not bring any impacts to any land, so that's good. Then we have Hurricane Isaac, which will likely get carried by the trade winds and move due west towards the Lesser Antilles, likely impact the Lesser Antilles as a Category 1 storm sometime during the day on Thursday. Then we'll have to continue watching it as it moves west into the Caribbean. These also have a chance of maybe impacting the southern states as they move back up to the north of the Gulf of Mexico. And then we have Hurricane Florence, which is by and large the biggest and most potentially impactful storm on the board for right now. It has gone from a Category 1 storm last night to a Category 4 overnight. And it's a very menacing looking storm. It has that pinhole eye there in the center. And surrounding the eye, we have winds of 140 miles per hour. That's very strong. And we have a pressure of now down to 939 millibars. That's as of the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center, which came out at 4 p.m. Central Time today. The forecast track really has not shifted all that much, and it's going to be tracking through a very favorable environment for it to maintain its strength. So it will likely make landfall somewhere near the Carolinas as a Category 4 storm with winds of 140 miles per hour, just like what we're seeing right now with the storm. And notice, after landfall, it really doesn't move all that much. That's going to contribute to a substantial flash flooding threat across central North Carolina and southern Virginia, as rainfall amounts could be anywhere from 10 to 20 inches possibly after Florence makes landfall. Meanwhile, back here at home, overnight tonight, we'll just see mainly cloudy skies and maybe some pockets of light rain, just still kind of remaining dreary for the time being. Tomorrow morning, we'll wake up to relatively cooler temperatures in the upper 60s. It won't be all that bad for early September. Tomorrow afternoon, the rain coverage should be hit and miss to start and then fairly scattered as we get into the latter parts of the afternoon and the evening. By 7 p.m., that best rain coverage will be in South Mississippi, and that chance of rain will be lingering going into the rest of the day for tomorrow. So the chance of rain throughout the day is at 70% for tomorrow, 60% for Wednesday, and then progressively will heat back up going into the second half of the week. So this weekend, the rain chances will be fading away, but we'll trade that off for hotter temperatures. Highs will be back in the low 90s Saturday and Sunday. Have a great day, everybody.